On March 21, 2009, 27-year-old Oakland resident Lavelle Mixon shot and killed 4 police officers after a traffic stop in East Oakland. Mixon himself was killed in the subsequent shootout, which was one of the deadliest days in California law enforcement history.
As they paid their respects for their slain comrades, we pay respect for a young brother who we felt symbolized the resistance of African people who are terrorized daily by the police force, which are an occupying army in the African community. So we look at Lavelle Mixon, who was not political, who was not an activist, but who took the stand that we hope people take in terms of resistance to a very vicious, a very brutal, colonial system where the police are the first arm of the state, and that the police do not represent anything good in the African community. That's a historical fact. I don't make that up, and that's the reality that we deal with. So again, Lavelle represented that, and we're here to pay respect for a brother who we think took a very righteous stand in the face of all kinds of terror that comes down in our community at the hands of the police.
We came here to serve the people's subpoena to the chief of police to appear at the court for black justice, at which we will put the police on trial for crimes of colonial genocide against the African community. So now one of our organizers, Bakari Olatunji, who is a veteran of our movement, just for standing there to participate in the serving of the people's subpoena, was violently attacked by the police and been arrested. So this is the repression that we have to deal with just for trying to...
No, I ain't under arrest for nothing. I ain't seen nothing. That ain't right. You pushed me out. I was walking out. I ain't arresting me for nothing, man. I said it. No, hey, look, you pushed me out the door. Oh, man, that's wrong. I was arrested by OPD for attacking the police officers, so they say. I was there serving a subpoena on OPD for the crimes they wage against the African community. Instead, they arrested me after they prevented me from going in the building to an open house, a public open house, because we protested out front. They denied us entrance, saying that they didn't know what kind of problems we would cause. And the problem is, you don't know who was going to cause a problem walking in that building. They denied us our democratic rights like they do the African community 24/7. The reality is what happened to Alan Blueford happens, as the brother said, every 36 hours around this country. And it's been happening in Oakland for 40 plus years. That is why the Black Panther Party got started, to defend the community against stuff like that. And we're going to organize ourselves, but one thing I'm going to leave you with, Huey Newton said it quite effectively. Huey Newton said political power comes from the barrel of a gun. And OPD knows that too well.
When we had organizations like the Black Panther Party, the U.S. government feared our movement. The U.S. government attacked our movement in the 60s. They locked up and killed our revolutionary leaders like Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, and Lil Bobby Hutton. They attacked the Black Panther Party. After they killed all the revolutionaries, the government...
4 Oakland police officers accused of beating suspects, planting evidence, kidnapping, and other crimes allegedly committed as part of a campaign of violent misconduct on Oakland streets in the late 1990s. In 2000, when those accusations came to light, the 4 cops were fired, both for misconduct and for refusing to cooperate with an internal affairs investigation of the accusations that were made against them. Plaintiffs claimed the riders kidnapped them, beat them while they were handcuffed, and framed them with planted evidence. It became very clear that this was about more than just one rogue unit of cops. It was about the need to reform the culture and practices of the entire police department to have real accountability and professional, effective law enforcement in our city.
the same OPD that shot up the Black Panther Party for self-defense in the 60s, the same OPD that produced the Oakland Police Riders cases in the 90s, and the same OPD responsible for the multiple murders of blacks throughout OPD history up to and including the present-day cases of Oscar Grant, Raheim Brown, and Alan Blueford. The same Oakland Police Department monitored by the federal government for more than 10 years, facing a federal takeover. This is the OPD that, in a blatant act of political repression, locked down the Uhuru House neighborhood after arresting Bakari Olatunji at an OPD open house because Bakari led a parade honoring Lavelle Mixon, who killed 4 OPD cops. Oakland Police Department has a vendetta against Bakari Olatunji. Free Bakari. Put the OPD on trial.
Something is on the horizon. They know it's on the horizon too. That's why they hate Bakari, because Bakari led a demonstration right out here saying, defend the memory of Lavelle Mixon. Lavelle Mixon is our guy. He fought the colonial occupation of our community.
Self-defense, and recognize that in our struggle for self-determination and national liberation, any act of resistance is self-defense. And that's why we hold up Lavelle Mixon. He may not have been a member of the, that's right, Lavelle Mixon, he may not have been a member of the Black Panther Party or the Uhuru movement, but when push came to shove, he took the right stance against the colonial occupation of the African community, and we reject this criminalization that the media tries to impose on Lavelle Mixon and his family and his community as a whole. We say not one, not two, but many Lavelle Mixons needs to emerge from the streets of East Oakland and throughout this country. And they need to join a revolutionary organization so that that resistance can result in real power. African community control the police. Sister Anjali talked about how as soon as the cops got clamped down, all of a sudden it was discovered that police bleed too, right? And that transformed the relationship between the police and the African community in a split second. And we said it before, you were to Oscar Grant us, then we're going to build a movement to Lavelle Mixon you. And that is part of what we're doing right now.
We the judges, empowered on this day by the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, the Uhuru Movement's Oakland Regional Chapter, find the Oakland Police Department guilty as charged.